Hello there, everybody, and I have made it to the final episode of Daredevil Born again. And I gotta say, this episode was definitely a very different from the various other season finales of Daredevil. It was not going as I was expecting. I first wasn't really sure about this episode until I rewatched it earlier today. And it is actually a pretty solid final. Nothing too intense, big happened until, the very end of it. So this is where Matt and teams up with the Punisher after he got shot at the Kingpin's party. And he is recovering. And apparently Wilson Fisk is now unleashing terror across New York City, as he is no longer the mayor. He is the Kingpin. And a lot goes on in this episode. We see the return of the Punisher, and it is quite engaging. He finally looks like the Punisher. He's not wearing his regular outfit in hiding. He finally wears that skull outfit, and he even got his own haircut. And it leads to a big battle between Daredevil and the Punisher versus a squad team, and it is quite entertaining. But the other big thing we see in this episode is the return of Karen Page. I was wondering if she was going to come back in this show, since she was absent ever since episode 1, but she comes back 9 weeks later. And she is still treating for Matt after he gets injured during the fight, and the scene where they both escape the hospital after a big explosion was quite interesting. But it leads conflicts between Matt and the Punisher, of course, because he doesn't like how the Punisher kills people, and the Punisher doesn't like how Daredevil doesn't want to kill people. It just leads them to fighting various people, and Daredevil is given the option to kill, but Matt, of course, refuses, and the two end up going their separate ways, as the Punisher is going to try to find out who is impersonating him, and we do see where it leads to throughout it, because this whole episode, we actually don't really see Matt do that much action. He's in the Daredevil costume, yes, but it's kind of more of a setup for season 2, if you really think about it, but we do find out what killed Foggy. Apparently, Vanessa Fisk hired Dex a year ago to kill Foggy, because apparently Foggy was doing a case that could lead to her imprisonment and the Kingpins, and apparently she wanted Foggy to be taken out, and they even find the files for it a year later. But the main thing that happens in this episode is with the Punisher, where he finds out who his tribe is. It's apparently a group of people who are putting on the Punisher logo and killing various criminals for the Punisher. And the Punisher doesn't really like this, but he ends up getting captured by the group, and he later gets kidnapped by Fisk, and it leads to a wild action scene. But he's thrown into a prison cell. But while that's all going on, we see a bunch of crazy stuff with the Kingpin, as he wants to strike fear in the city again, where he literally kills, I think, a commissioner who he captured, and he ends up breaking half his neck, ripping it off, and his face. It's super, in the boys' level of violence. Because this show is violent, for sure. It's more bloodier than the Netflix show. The Netflix show definitely had some bloody scenes, but not as crazy as these scenes. But apparently, once Wilson and Vanessa have their little dinner and there's some blood on the wall, that's how you know things are going to get deadly for the next season. But Daredevil ends up going back to Josie's, and he ends up making a speech about what's been going on lately in the city as things keep getting worse. But the post-credit scene is revealed that the Punisher actually escapes, which is quite nice, which could be setting up his little special they're going to do for him. But that's Daredevil Born Again, episode 9. So I don't think it was my favorite finale, but it was definitely a solid one for sure. I think it's going to set up season 2 perfectly, because Daredevil's now looking for an army to take down Wilson Fisk. So we shall see what that's going to be. I think it's going to set up the Defenders. I really hope they do return. I'd love to see Christian Ritter as Jessica Jones, Mike Collar as Luke Cage, Finn Jones as Iron Fist. Why not? I guess we could give him a second chance. But his show wasn't really that good. But anyway, that's a different topic. But this show was really good, in my opinion. I know some people are kind of mixed on this show, honestly, but it is definitely the better Marvel shows for sure. It's grounded, it's serious, it captures the Daredevil character perfectly. There's Charlie Cox kicks ass as Daredevil. I'm so glad I got to meet him at Comic-Con, and I'll cherish it forever. But who knows, maybe I'll get his autograph. We shall wait and see. But this season gave us a lot of fun stuff throughout this whole show, and I can't believe it's already over. I'm glad I reviewed a Marvel show again. So, I don't know what's next, but we shall wait and see. But the next Marvel show is Ironheart. I'm not really looking forward to that, but we shall see. I don't know if I'll review that right away, but next is Andor for Star Wars. Definitely look forward to that review for sure. That's going to be difficult since it's 3 episodes a week, but we shall make it work. So, with that being said, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.